Yeah, but damn inducible! Godzilla's here! The only Rolling Stone rock star doll baby mama. I want to be your toy. I want to play for you. Yeah, but damn inducible! I'll tell you some fucking Tech Incorporated. Pretty some fucking things to play with. Why, my baby? Say what the? Wind me up, wind me up, Simon says do this. Simon says do that. Got to pull the string now. You got to pull the string now. Rockstar doll, baby bubba. What's he carrying funk? Get it, y'all! Funk away! You know what? I did something. I want to make sure I do it. It's like a stereophonic funk producing, disco inducing, twin magnetic funk receptors. Perfect for this. Wind me up! Put me on your credit charge. Any new excess bits? Comes this remote control unit. Oh yeah, programmable. One heck with doll, baby bubba. Put Zilla's in. Look at some funky things to play with. Pull my string, I'll dance, I'll sing, I'll play with you. Come me up. Come on, baby mama. Play for you now. Make me dancing by the dolls. Boogie boogie baby, if you want to see me boogie, all you gotta do is wind me up. Don't let it cry, don't you make it cry. Yeah, boy, never do some more. Play for you now. Still here. So rockstar doll baby bobby mama. Doll for all seasons. But I have been known to get into personal relationships. Oh, and on that, wind me up. Oh, you got to. Say what the? You got to pull the string now. Got to pull now. Pull the string now. You got to pull the string now. But never do something. Get it, child. Wind me up. I love you, mama. The pride of FAI. The funky things to play with. Brings you Stone Rockstar Doll Baby Mama. Zilla. We need a little brush. We need our little brush for that. That's not gonna work. Let me be your superhero, baby doll. Play for you now. Why the dolls boogie down and forget that. One boogie boogie baby, if you wanna see me boogie, all you gotta do is wind me up. They can't boogie down. I know I'm a little late. I like to start about 7:30 on here, but my sister's in town. We had her birthday dinner, so look. I look at it like this way. I read an article talking about like just certain streamers and difficulties they have maintaining streaming and life in a lot of ways. And they're talking about like, you know, people that were being kept away from the kids, you know, because they were just spending too much time trying to make sure their numbers stayed up, etc. And I'll be honest, as much as I'd like to hit affiliate and all that stuff, and God, I'd love to have thousands of one day, that'd be great, but I'm not sacrificing my family, you know. This will sound cheesy as hell, but when my oldest daughter was little, just watch a show. It was like the Brothers Diaz, something like that, on Nickelodeon. But they had a thing in there, Todo para Familia. And you know, we're not Hispanic. I always dug it because, you know, everything for the family. Send the demo down below. Alright. We are in a push for 50 though. I think I can hit it soon. I'd like to hit it. And when we hit it, there will be a I'm going to do some sort of giveaway. It's going to probably be a drawing. A drawing that does not exist yet, so I can't really show you because I don't know what it'll be, to be quite honest with you. It'll be no worse than the paintings you see. How about that? I can guarantee that. You won't be seeing us in hell. No, it's not much of a comfort. It won't be any worse than what you see here. Shout at the demo down below. Shout at the demo down below. Now, as I said, this week we're a little late. I'll probably be late next week because similar things. It's my mother's birthday dinner next week, so I expect to be late on that one too. But then it was nice. We actually went over to my daughter's house, her apartment, but for our dessert. So this way everybody could see their apartment, my daughter and her boyfriend. It's quite nice. They've done a good job with it. Alexa, skip. Cello's just depressing as hell. You really do it to me again? Come on. Alexa, skip. God damn, I hate this. Whatever its algorithm is, it's just awful. It's random. It's not. I don't have anything. But see, this makes me question its randomness new, because alright. It played Gaelic Storm, I listened to it. Tried to play Bach's Cello Suites, I skipped it. Tried to play Bach's Cello Suites again, I skipped it. Right back to Gaelic Storm. It's like, alright, well fine, you listen to this. I'm like, well yeah, but I want to listen. I got fucking 450 damn songs in this playlist, and you keep playing the same five fucking ones. It's maddening. Till I can almost feel the phantom. As I said, I know a couple of the followers I have on here are family members, so I will eliminate them. Like I'm basically just going to go through when it comes time for this, whatever contest or however I'm going to, whatever you want to call it, giveaway. Yeah, there's too much food in here, so I can get from somewhere else. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'll go down the followers list as they were following, and 1, 2, 3, just like that, and then get a random number generator and just fire off and see what it gives me. And like I said, though, where my mother falls or my daughter falls, those numbers get skipped, so they won't be given numbers. Let's put it that way. That's the best way to put it. We'll keep it up and up, on the up and up, unlike the McDonald's fucking Monopoly giveaways were. That's always a fun story to look into the history of. Like there was some dude that was in charge, he worked for McDonald's, I guess, or maybe an independent firm that was supposed to be hired or whatever. But he was in charge of putting, just going to a plant at some point and just literally slapping a boardwalk onto a random cup. And what he did was he didn't do it. He just gave it to one of his friends or family or whatever. He worked out ways to do it, and he did it for a few years. It wasn't like they caught him the first time. He got away with it for a little while. But suddenly they started to realize, hey, everybody that's winning seems to be somehow connected to this guy. Oh, look at me now. Man, Casanova at his best. With a new heart and a brand new start. I'm so proud I'm busting my vest. So I'm the guy turned down a lover. So I'm the guy left with those blue diamond rings. One of those things. Oh, look at me now. Go ahead and laugh at those blue diamond rings. Diamonds are inherently worthless. Cared about fortunes and such. Never cared much. Oh, look at me now. And if anybody was wondering, that's actually a quote from one of the guys at the Beers. That's another fun one to read about. So I like learning about bullshit. And what I mean by that is like people that are bullshitting people. Fuck, where are you? There we go. It's the biggest trouble I have usually when it comes to dealing with, like, especially like my job, because usually almost everybody I deal with is bullshitting us. But, this is going to require a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. I don't think I'm going to be able... I want to finish this tonight, but I just don't believe it. I mean, sure, a miracle could occur, but I feel like this is our main homie, you know? Yeah. Hey, another Gale Storm, look at that. I'm convinced Amazon Music just basically is trying to get me to eliminate my entire collection because it's just going to keep playing it, like, okay, well, here, you like these guys, so we'll literally drive them into the ground until you're sick of them. And that's what happened with L7. I just took them off. When I first started with Amazon Music, I was like, hey, cool, I got L7. I haven't listened in years, man. Fucking hey. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't really want to listen to this one again, but okay, well, I'll let it go. Okay. And it's like, okay, well, let's just skip this one. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you're going to play it again? Okay, well, no. Compare those to Creedence Clearwater Revival for the same reason. It was like they just drove it into the ground. Anyway. But like I was saying, I like to read about bullshit. Like, I like to learn when people are fucking with everybody. Just because it's like, it's good so you don't get scammed. I mean, mind you, I'm always suspicious of certain situations because of it, but that's okay. I'd rather be suspicious and not taken for a fool than... I'm a foolish enough person as is. I don't need to be made a fool of by, you know, shitty salesmen and stuff like that, so... Or by, like, bits of society that are really just, unfortunately, really just good marketing. I mean, I wish I could say it was anything but that, but, like I said, going back to, say, diamonds. What did I do? Anyway. Stupid Amazon. Like, going back to diamonds. The, only reason diamonds are worth anything is because De Beers basically has a full-on monopoly on the mines. They literally, like, own them all. Like, I mean, not all of them, but they own enough of them that they can choke off the entire supply of them. So it's a false, oh, diamonds are super rare. No, they're not. They're actually plentiful. They've been fucking with people for years. They've just been lying to your ass and, you know, like, a diamond is forever. You know, well, actually, that's false too. But anyway, yeah, you know, show her you love her with 2 months' salary. Well, the thing about that one was it used to be 1 month's salary, and then they realized they could sell more if they sold, you know, bigger ones if they sold it for 2 months' salary and charge more. So that's what they did. Quote George Carlin: "It's bullshit and it's bad for you." What do I want? I want something different here. You know, I don't have it anymore. I have raw umber. I ran out. Got burnt, but I don't have raw, do I? Damn it. Burnt sienna's going to be too. Well, maybe it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. Need some of that in there. I put the hat on earlier tonight because it was giving me luck the other night, I think. And so, of course, as soon as I say bullshit, it's bad for you. I mention luck as if it's anything. Let's Alexa, skip. Let the dream unfurl. Let it run its own game. Let it dance be itself. They put it here. I'm gonna let it ride. Got a master crazy on the other side. Looking me up. I ain't got no brains. I can't trust my eyes. 'Cause a beautiful day. You can't see the light. Damn, where the hell's that color? Huh. Interesting. It's a color, I don't know where I mixed it. Interesting. Obliging me to the sun. Sun, sun, merciful one. Sun, sun, yeah. Sun, sun, won't you lay down your light on the... Fuck, that goddamn ultramarine drives so fast anymore. Had a dance with God. Did on the roof. Don't need this for too long. Keep climbing for the kisses on the other side. Let's do this real quick. Update information. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about real quick, just so I get everything out. I said the giveaway, like I said, if I hit 50, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a giveaway of a drawing. I promise it'll be a decent one. I mean, it's not going to be custom or anything like that. I won't lie. It's going to be original. It's just not going to be custom. You know, like it will be something that it's not going to be a print of anything like that. Maybe I'll include one of the posters. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that too. I'll include one of the posters I have. Selling posters of my view of tulips. I forgot I brought them in, so I'm not in this room anymore. On my actual website, it's twosocietystudios.com. Right on the homepage, like literally there's a big freaking thing right on the, you know, as soon as you go in there. And a PayPal button, just click it. It's going to be, they're limited edition, they're down, it's only 50 prints. They will be numbered. Well, they are numbered. They are $12. So they're limited edition, they are signed, they are numbered, they are certificated of authenticity signed as well, so they mentioned specifically that these are part of a limited edition first run of these specific drawings and or these specific line of posters of this painting. So and who knows, because actually I was thinking when I get rid of all 50, I was going to do another, you know, again, same thing, go through the numbers, and do a 1 through 50, and then, you know, whatever random number it got, since I would have those guys' mailing address archived, they'd get a free drawing, too. I really just want to, like, you know, not be broke. Now, I mean, I need to buy supplies. That's really what it boils down to. There's something I desperately am getting low on, and it's like I need to do something. So If that's the way to do it, that's the way to do it. And hopefully they'll start moving. I've sold 4. I haven't heard anything back from anybody. I hope they liked them. So, if you see this and you're one of the guys that bought a poster, please let me know you liked it. And if you hate it, let me know too. Jesus. I hope you didn't, though. I already have low self-esteem. I really don't need that. Look, I'm a fucking artist, man. Red man's your neighbor, call up behavior while you're climbing up slippery trails. 2 steps ahead of him, punches in your neck, hovering just above your bed, hovering just above your bed. I was bitten, must have been the devil, he was just paying me a little visit, reminding me of his presence and letting me know he's waiting. And maybe I'll really make people interested in getting me to 50. At 50, I'll stop singing. No, that's a lie. I can't hold up to that one. I know I suck at singing, but damn it, I will do it all the time. Sorry, you're not gonna get free that way. Hey, Windows, shut the fuck up. If I had known then what I know now, if I had known then what I know now. That's where your stuff fall off. Naples, Naples, Naples. You know what they say, see nipples and do. Hell, I think I'd give a drawing right now to someone who could name that quote. I don't think anybody could. I bet you if all 42 followers of mine right now were watching, not one of them could name that quote. See nipples and do. Pick up all the pieces and make an island. I'll make one caveat to that, which again would be a family thing, is that if my sister were to follow, she's not allowed to jump in on that one. Because I expect her to know that one. If she doesn't know that one, if she doesn't remember that one, you know, I'm disowning her.
afraid of normal cock.
It's from the show Hello Hello, if anybody's wondering. They had a, it's supposed to be like, I guess one of the British spies, but like, he couldn't speak French properly, but he's supposed to be a French policeman. So, even though it was all in English, it wasn't like they ever spoken French, but they, in order to say how he didn't know how to speak French properly, they were always having, like, destroy the, you know, these weird quotes. So, instead of saying see Naples and die, it was see nipples and do. And if you've seen enough of these episodes, you would have known that I have the humor, sense of humor of a probably 12-year-old. So, I heard nipples. In my defense, I was like 12 when I saw that, but maybe 14, something like that. I don't know. Now keep in mind too, like I said, and it was basically because of that exact quote. I used to make all sorts of weird, like, I'd talk about nipples all the time in high school and stuff. And even into college. Well, into college. And beyond. And what happened was actually... Now, I've told a lot of lies about when my wife and I first started dating. This is not one of them. This is a legitimate truth. Because I was mortified. Legitimately mortified. After I called my wife asking her out for our first date. I mean, I hung up the phone, and I had to go to work, and I went to work. My phone rang, and it was her, and but I couldn't answer because I was at work, I was a good boy back then. Now it is, like, whatever. But anyway, and I realized that my voicemail at the time was, a little context first. Let me put some context into this. The Pepperidge Farm Goldfish commercials at the time were they had a jingle. It was "I love fishes because they're so delicious. Everybody loves fishes," or something like that. Whatever. So I decided to turn it into a nipple song. So it was, I love nipples because they're so delicious. Brian love nipples. And I realized that that was my voicemail message. That was my outgoing message. So you called me at the time, and that's what you got in response. And somehow, she still decided to go out on a date with me after that. And I was like, I remember I was sitting there I was at work, and this guy Chris, I'm friends with, that was working there too. We're talking, and I was talking about how I met her and all this stuff the night before, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really, it's just weird, it's like this something hit me immediately talking to this girl, man. It was like immediate. It was like, oh, dude, I'm like, I gotta pursue this. I need to try to win this one, because I've lost a number of, gee, I really like this person battles recently before that, so and I was like, I gotta try to get this date, man. This one's something different. And then I sat there and went, oh my god, and he's like, what? I'm like, oh shit, I think I just blew it. He's like, what? I was like, I think literally because I couldn't answer that phone, I just blew this date. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, what's my outgoing message, Chris? He's like, I'm like, yeah! He's like, oh, no, I'm sure it's fine. I'm like, oh my god, I if she says yes, I have no idea how. I'm like, I think I fucked this up bad. Dude. I said, no, it's fine. I'm like, I'm freaking the fuck out. Because you have to keep in mind, again, I'll give more context. I hadn't been, like, at that time, this was right after graduation, so it was 2000. And again, if you've seen some history of this show, if you've seen, watched a few previous ones, I may have told you. I was married very young. My ex-wife and I got married. I was 19. She had turned 20. We had a kid together. We'd had the kid before we got married. My daughter Alexis, my oldest. And it was like when we separated, because we also separated really young. We were separated within 8 months. And there's a certain preconception that people have when you are a young, barely 20-year-old father, divorcee, look, everyone looked at me and thought I was the asshole. Plain and simple, right? I mean, there's no argument in that. That's what everybody... If I came up to you, and gave you no other context but said, hey, I was 20 years old with a kid, and I had been married and divorced, you'd have been like, oh, you're an asshole. Got it. Like, you'd just be like, you're the one, it was your fault that the first really shit about the shit. And that's certainly up for debate. That's not up for debate. I know it wasn't me. Anyway, it's not up for debate. The only way it's up to me is that I've already had enough by that point. But anyway, that's another long story. But anyway, but at this point, anybody that I had expressed any, or had any real emotions to at the time, it pretty much all rejected. And then for the most part, there were a few that, like, for friends of mine, that I knew when I was saying stuff to them that this was not supposed to happen, that I shouldn't do it. But it was more of like I have to say this because until I say it and hear you say no, I'll go insane. And it's like one of those, like, look, I'm in a bad place and it just sort of need to be rejected. But there were a couple that was not like that. It was just like I just couldn't get a date at all. So here I am now, a month or so out of college, and I met this girl and we hit it off, and it was like, fucking A. And then, like I said, I realized that my outgoing message is a thing about nipples. And I'm like, oh, fuck! What's funny, too, is actually the night we met. I had no intention of meeting anybody. I literally had told my friend, I am your wingman. I am not trying to actively hit on somebody. I just need to get the hell away right now. I just need to get out. And he was like, all right, that's cool, I'll go, and truth be told, like, probably about a week earlier even, I'd say, I had literally resigned myself to the idea that, look, it's not even going to be worth trying to pursue dates at this point. Like, I have to wait until more people have gone through bad relationships before I have a shot. Like, I really thought, like, I'm going to be, like, maybe, like, I'm 25. Like, maybe around 25, I might have a chance to start getting into, like, people that have, maybe they, too, got married young, and then their relationship took a little longer to fall to shit. But I was like, I'm going to need other people rebounding before I really have a shot, because there's just no way anybody's going to look at me and go, all right, well, you're ugly, you have a kid and an ex-wife, and, you aren't worth any of the trouble, Oh, you're a temperamental artist, too? Cool. No, thank you. And yet, this woman did. And somehow she's still upstairs. Like right now. You go up there and get her a kiss from her. And she'd go, do you mind? Watch your TV. Nah, her show's on. Probably still get away with it. I'll get an eye roll right now, but once the shows come on, then at the edge of my bed, I strum my guitar and I sing a love song about what you're doing now, when you're coming home. Life goes by so fast. You only wanna do what you think is right. Close your eyes and it's past. Story of my life. That was actually a bizarrely poetically accurate song at that point. For what I was just talking about. But yes, like I said, here I was thinking, okay, I met this girl at a time when I really thought I have no shot, but she had seemed interested in me. I did that stupid nipples outgoing message. I'm like, oh, it's over. I just lost it. I'm like, done. And like I said, there's like yeah, I'd like to go out on a date. I was like, whoo! Now, tomorrow night, the schedule shifts back to the old Monday night schedules. My son's karate's on. The 24th stream is going to be canceled. I'll make up for that on Tuesday. I'm sorry about that, but I have Flyers tickets, so... Going to take my youngest, I think, to a Flyers game. I know I read about are a lot on here, but damn it all, man, this song especially. This is the one that kills me every time. Do yourselves a favor, if you've never done it, if you haven't listened to her, look up Richter Mercy, recorded by Hilary Hahn, and just download it unheard, and then listen to it. Don't try to like preview it or anything. I mean, if you have like Spotify or Amazon Music or whatever, just don't listen to just a preview. Like, listen to the whole damn thing. It's fucking amazing. Goddamn unbelievable. I say this with no sense of irony. This is a truthful sentence that you'll ever hear come out of my mouth. There are moments in that song, there are sounds that the violin makes that are just, it sounds like it's pleading, it's begging. And it's the sound I heard in my own soul when I heard my breakdown. It's the legitimate sound I heard when I looked out into the field I didn't see color like I used to. I know that takes us down like a whole notch now. Suddenly it's like, oh, this conversation, what the hell? But I like... The box shit's amazing too, but that was one that just nailed me to the wall when I heard it. I have to be careful when that song's on too, like, or when it comes on, because like if it comes on at work and if I have the chance before I get a phone call, like if I can get onto it beforehand, I literally will turn myself, like I'll put myself into work mode so the phone calls don't come in, so I don't worry about getting disrupted during it, because it's like if someone interrupts it, I turn into a real asshole. It's one of those things I cannot. One of those cathartic moments of reliving a bad moment, if that makes any sense. Like it refocuses when you're at a moment where, you know, like this will sound weird, but like it sometimes puts me almost back in that spot, like it like, you know, so that it would almost be a terrible thing to or it is a terrible thing to experience again, but like I don't know how to put it, like it reminds me precisely of how it happened before, what happened before, and how to make sure it doesn't happen again. Like there's times at work where, as hard as I fight it, as hard as I try to keep myself, you know, this place is the problem, you know, don't let them back in like they did, you know, I falter. It's just a natural element. It's being human. Like, there's times where it just starts to come back. It's just there's we start getting super busy. You know, I'm not getting answers. The answers I get are crap, and I'm trying to, you know, the customers are being wildly impatient. They're being assholes about it. My boss is being a dick. You know, like whatever, all the stuff that happened before. My teammates are being, you know, like just. This is not teammates. I'll put it anywhere like that. You know, like. And it's like all the stuff that led up to it, and as much as I may try to remind myself, sometimes it's like, dude, sometimes the depression takes over again. And it's like, hey, you know, no, it's all your fault. And it's like I have to remind myself it's not. And when that song comes on, sometimes it's like I can literally remember exactly what it felt like looking out at that field. Again, not seeing color, not the way I was used to it, not like this, and like it shifts everything back into focus, into you know what you have to do, you know what needs to, you know, where to put these guys out. You need to put them, you know. This isn't you. This isn't, you know. All this shit's temporary. It's all gonna go away one day. And then one day, hopefully, a few people at the right places find my work. And I put it in the right places for other people or whatever. And then someday, somebody finds my books of memoirs. Like the stuff I was writing about as I'm making all this shit. And they start figuring out the story. And I figure out how close, you know, everything after March 2017, how close everything was to not existing. Tell me now. The place I found it's been time to remind days, weeks, and hours while in time will be. Later on we'll try all the things I find, all these things I've seen, how it feels to be something on this break down all that I am. Above it, otherwise, until it falls around. Would you lay their lives down to its break? We're going nowhere. Don't tell me now the dreams I found to fill time to remind days sweet while in time will be. Later on we'll try all these things fly. time sink. How it feels to be something on. Alexa, skip. This is really anything. Alexa, skip. Sometimes it freaks me out. It's like, it's really quiet. You're like, okay, what are you playing? What the hell are you going to put on? I was like, it's only that. Okay, gotcha. Now, here's one thing I hope that happens. I don't know if you guys have tried to check it out or not. Probably not, but I don't know, there do seem to be some views on it. If you look at the archives, my video archives, you'll notice that the last episode at this point has probably reached well above 70 hours in length. And I don't know why. The video itself cut off at 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 30 seconds. It actually cut off a little earlier than when I actually had logged off. I don't know why that happened. But in its processing, I can't export it to YouTube because it's just going. It just won't stop. Like, it's done. There's nothing else. Obviously, I'm still streaming here, I assume. I should double check. Actually, no. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm here, you're here, we're all here. Anyway, but it keeps running the video as if it's still going. And I wrote Twitch. I have not heard a response back on it yet. So I'm hoping that they'll kick in and find something, you know. And I hope they're able to reduce it back to the 2 hours and 14 minutes or whatever that it really is, because I can't export a 73-hour video to YouTube. Something is coming for you. Look out! Race for the moment. You can hide the sun till you see the light. Oh, we will pray it's alright. Gotta get away. Get away. Between the velvet lights, there's a truth that's hard to steal, yeah. The vision never dies. Life's a never-ending wheel. Say, holy diver, you're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid. Jump, jump, jump from the tiger. You can feel his heart, but you know he's mean. Sunlight can never be seen. Yeah. Theo, you're just making a word salad at this point. Come on, get back on there, piece of shit. Holy diver, you got too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? No, no! Me Ace the tiger, You can feel his stripes, but you know he's clean. See what I mean? Gonna get away. Gotta get away. Holy diver, soul survivor. There. All right. Holy diver. Holy diver. Alexa, skip. It's just not right for this. Ah, cool. Thank you. Always just lurking. Dig it in there a little bit to like pluck through the skin because this is all dried out a lot on the lot. Take from there because I don't do this. I don't use the good titanium white. It's not that I use the good china. I always feel like that's who I am when people like if I go over to someone's house. I'm the let's not use the good china person. Like, don't use the good china with Brian. He's a slob. Paper plates. Paper plates are fine. It's practically a fucking animal. Just give him a... Let me out of the cat's bowl. Enough about my home life, though. My wife doesn't make me out of the cat's bowl. She loves the cats too much. See what I did there? Never mind. She doesn't make me out of the cat's bowl. It's almost an unnoticeable change, but it's just enough. It's just something that'll give it a little ting. Little tingling. Oh shit, I gotta go and get good night. Alright, hold on, tight. I will be right back. I gotta clean up. God damn it. I'll be right back though. It doesn't take very long. Hold on, and let me put my little be right back thing on. Transition. All right.
Alright, see, that didn't take very long. Long at all, right? I've lost this part. Lost this here. Let's try to get this back on. So there's like all this texture there that's just not finding it. Yes, I think this is going to require a lot of back and forth just to make it like really take right. It's getting hot here. So take off all your clothes. I'm not taking off all my clothes. I think my youngest has given me this sinus infection. This is not good. You ever had something like so many times in your life that you just literally the second you feel it, you're like, well, I know what this is. And this is not good. course, it could very well just be a me thing. I don't know. Like I've pointed out before to my, like, yeah, when people have like hey, who's your favorite superhero? I say, oh, I like Batman, I like Superman, whatever. And say why, and say, well, this, that, and the other thing. And I'll point to something in there, you know, about the comic or whatever. For me, it's always been like, oh, that's a no-brainer, it's Batman. And then they'll say, why? It's like, well, because he behaves a lot like me in a lot of ways. And you say, what do you mean? And say, well, you know, my parents are dead. No, I'm just kidding. My mom's probably following right now. Anyway, no, it's, there's a element, it's a moment in, it's actually a Green Arrow book. It's called Quiver. It was written by Kevin Smith. And he talks about, it shows Batman and Superman on a roof. And Superman says something along the lines like, it feels like something just left my body. And what's going on at the time is, I guess there's something was eating away the sun. I don't remember the exact storyline. This is taking place during. And it was something that was happening back around the time when Hal Jordan was possessed by Parallax and stuff. 'Cause I think he ends up being the one that beats them. I wasn't collecting at the time that all was going down, so I don't know exactly. But anyway, I'm rambling. But in it, Batman says to him, I guess this must be a new sensation for you, Clark, being able to feel cold and pain. And, you know, it's just, I forget what he says, something like, I hope you remember, or something like that. And he goes, what kind of sociopath would keep track of all the types of pain? And he goes, 863 or something, like, whatever, he picks out some huge number. And he's just like, Superman just goes, you never cease to amaze me. And it was just like one of those things where it's like, you know, kind of do. Like when I broke my arm in 9th grade. It was in 9th grade. No one in my house believed me that I broke my arm because the way it happened was stupid. It was very stupid. And I don't mean like, oh, I was, you know, swinging from the rafters or something and I did something stupid. I mean like I was kind of fake fighting with a dude. So I guess that's kind of a stupid thing to do. But a friend of mine, we banged arms, and as soon as we banged arms, like I collapsed to the ground. I felt it immediately. I knew exactly what happened, right? Because what I realized was it was a pain I had never felt before. I'd never broken a bone before that. You know? You tell me what type of cut I have, you know, or whatever. Like you tell me, like if I get cut, I know exactly how to take care of it. I know all these things because I've had so many cuts and stitches and all that shit. I know exactly what each one felt like. I remember it clearly. It's one thing that my memory actually is good at, unfortunately, I guess. Or fortunately, I have no idea how to play it out. But like I was like, this is definitely a new pain, and I was like, the only thing I can think of that has this deep of structured pain is I just broke my arm. And I went home and I tried to wrap it on my own just to keep it like at least like in a sling. My dad saw me trying to make my sling. What the hell are you doing? Came in, I was like, I think I broke my arm. So what the hell are you doing with the gauze? I'm like, well, I'm trying to make a sling. He's like, well, I ain't gonna help. I'm like, okay, well, that's not really my dad's yeah, that's all I had. Just trying to fight up. But anyway, that pretty much was the conversation. I'm like, well, we're getting dinner. Okay, well, we're getting dinner. Okay. We got dinner. Nobody believed me. I'm like, my arm really hurts. It's really in a lot of pain right now. Yeah. My mom comes home. Mom, I broke my arm. That's nice. And I'm like, no, seriously, I need to. It's like, we need to go to the hospital, please. You know, like, can somebody please take me? So we go to the hospital, and they're there, and you didn't break your arm. And sure enough, doctor comes back. Yep, your arm's broken. Puts the thing up, hairline fracture along the arm. He's like, you know, you were really clear on this, weren't you? You knew. I'm like, uh-huh. He's like, you ever break your arm before? I said, no. He says, oh. But see, then where it comes in handy is my daughter had broken, my youngest, had broken her arm. She had fallen off of monkey bars at school during her summer vacation, or spring break, I'm sorry, spring break vacation. And it was kind of a similar thing, like she was like really nursing the arm, and everyone's like, okay. And then my daughter has a habit of being a drama queen, so it's like, okay, you know, yeah, did she, you know, kind of thing. And so we kind of let it go overnight, just to see. And then I called her the next day to find out how she's feeling. My mom says, she's still nursing it. She won't open the arm, and she's complaining it hurts when she walks. I said, oh, she broke it. And she said, what? I said, she's got to go get her, you know, she's got to get cast. She's like, what do you mean? I said, she broke her arm. She's like, if it hurts when she's walking, so her arm's got fluid in it right now that's not supposed to be there, and it's hurting her. It's like, it's exactly what happened, what I felt when I broke mine. You should, I was like, Mom, I'm 100% sure. So you got to take her to the hospital or something, you know. I think they had her rest her or something until when my wife came home, and then they took her. And sure enough, yeah, she broke her arm. It's like, yeah, I know. Now, I had been working at the Phillies at the time. That's one of the reasons why, by the way, I did not know until the next day. Like, because I had come home and found out about how she had fallen, like 10:30 at night. She was in bed sleeping by that point. And then, like I said, I called the next morning after, because I left to work early the next morning, so I called to find out how that shit was doing, and that's when I was like, yeah, she broke her arm. So you can call me crazy for keeping track of all my pain, but it works out for me sometimes. Burning, burning inside of me, and its torment won't be soon, till you let me spend my life making love to you, day and night, night and day. You are the one, only you, neath the moon or under the sun. And it's here to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Day and night, night and day. Why is it so that is longing for you follows wherever I go? The roaring traffic spoon, the silence of my lonely room, I think of you day and night, night and day. My youngest is cracking me up now. She's watched, I don't know who this YouTuber is, or YouTube family, or whatever the hell they are. They've been saying stuff about a hacker or something, blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying to convince her that this is all bullshit. Like, I'm trying to get her to question it, because, like, they're always like, oh, well, I found the hackers this thing, or we found the hackers, we've tracked the hacker's house down. We're going into the hacker's house. It's like, okay, this is not a hacker. Like, you know, this is somebody they are all working with. Oh, but it's happened to a couple of YouTubers. And you go find out who all these YouTubers are, and you're like, okay, I think they might all be working together. You know, and whatever this is all, you know. maybe their ratings are down, sweetheart. I'm trying to punch them up a little bit. Like, I'm not... Just saying that it's awfully suspicious that you're able to, you know, find the hacker's house and walk right in. Just saying that's not much of a hacker then, you know? I mean, I'm no good judge on hackers, but if I can hunt you down and enter your house and then I also pointed out to her, I said, why haven't they called the police? Just saying, if there's somebody hacking you, that's a cybercrime. That's you know, you can call the police on that. You should not be entering someone else's house that you think is hacking you, you know, without actually having the police involved. You should have contacted them. You should not be going into it. You're doing this for views, and you're going to break and enter someone that you suspect is hacking you. Which, by the way, if they were a good hacker, they would have run the IP through somewhere else and just made sure that IP looked like it, and then you go to that house and you're like, hey, this is not, you know. I'm just saying, look at Screenslaver. Guess that's a tiny spoiler for Incredibles 2. Just... Just saying. It was a good movie though. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, like I said, she's cracking me up because she'll show me videos that are linked from the people that, you know, are claiming they're being hacked. Like, look, Daddy, this is a real group. They have, and of course they're wearing the Guy Fawkes masks and stuff, and it's just like, okay, yeah, okay, that. They're not anonymous. They're just, I forget, the Project Zordo or some weird bullshit. It's all garbage. It's like, okay, well, all right, sweetheart. I mean, God bless them, I guess. They got a decent marketing campaign to get their ratings back up or whatever. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how it's working for them. Here comes disillusion. So am I. So am I. to put the silicone obsession down. Take a look around. Find your way in the silence. Light to way, get back around. Submit back to the resonant sound. You were never an island. Unique voice among the many in this choir. Tune into each other. Lift all higher. Bye. Time is it? Hour 9:30. Become this illusion, so light clouds to revenge me, to memory. Time to put the silicone obsession down. Take a look around. Found your way in the silence. Light upon the way with it back on the ground. To connect with resident sound. You were never an island. Unique voice among the many in this choir. Tune into each other. Lift on higher. Alexa, skip. That's not a follow-up song for that. Where's this? Alexa, skip. Doesn't speak to my heart Oh, woman of the earth, maker of children who weep for love, maker of this birth, tell your deepest secrets alone to me. I will not be moved. I will not be moved. Don't try to find the answer when there ain't no question here. But let your heart be wounded and give no mercy to your fear. Adam and Eve lived down the street from me. Babylon is every town. It's as crazy as it's ever been. Love's a stranger all around. In a moment we lost our minds here and laid our spirit down. Today we lived 1,000 years. All we have is now. Run to the water and find me there. Burn to the core but not broken. We'll cut through the madness of the streets below the moon. These streets below the moon. And I will never leave you until we can say this world was just a dream, we were sleeping. Now we are awake. Till we can say in the moment we lost our minds here and learned the world was round. 1,000,000 miles fall from grace, but we missed the ground. Run to the water and find me there. Burn to the core but not broken. We'll cut through the madness of the streets below the moon. With a nuclear fire of love in our hearts. And yet I can see it now. I'll be another break in the waves of tribulations. There's a place in a home and a silly souls who swear not they're in love. Run to the water and find me there. Burn to the core but not broken. We'll cut through the madness of the streets below the moon. With a nuclear fire of love in our hearts. Rest easy, baby. Rest easy. And recognize it all is like in rainbows. Smash to smithereens behind it. Run to the water and find me there. Whoa, I run to the water. Alexa, pause. Alright, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't get distracted while I was telling the story. I think I've told it before here. I don't know. Still lurking, cool. I kind of credit that song, and I can't say with 100% truth that it was the song so much as it may have been just that moment in time. But when and I've mentioned this before. Well, I'll go back to what I was talking about earlier because it's kind of all related. So, like I said earlier, I was married quite young, and separated quite young, because we were separated within about 8 months of getting married. So, I was not even 20 years old yet, and you know, talking about figuring out my divorce, basically how that was going to play out, and like I said earlier, I can't say that like I would say I don't know if I could say 100% that it wasn't me, because it wasn't 100% me. I know that. The only thing I can say that would be under my fault, quote unquote, at the end of our relationship, was the fact that I knew that I was kind of done with all the nonsense that had happened several times before and my ex was trying to do again. And I won't go into more details than that, but because I never know when my daughter's checking in and whatever. It's weird that I would actually share this part too, but yeah, I guess that's what's happening. What I ended up doing was, one of the things that did, the reason I should say I started to not deal with that shit anymore, was because I started studying philosophy. And it was always a very, very big part of my life at the time, and it's actually a big part of where the breakdown occurred, because stuff I had built in place to finally control my depression fell apart there. And I've mentioned this on here before, I'm sure. But that song specifically, "Run to the Water," I was, by senior year, like heavily studying to the point that I actually found myself within an existential crisis, where I had kind of mentally disproven pretty much all of reality. And I was starting to turn it inward, where, you know, if you were to talk about, say, Descartes, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am, even that I was finding false realities with. Like, it was like, oh, well, this, I may be thinking, but I may not be. I could be, you know, the old, you know, like a brain in the jar type scenario, if you will. You know, if you put a brain in a jar, but you were able to give it all the right electrodes to discuss, you know, to figure out, feel what sight and sound and all that, you know, you're triggering certain reactions in the brain. Does that brain exist? So it's kind of like that scenario. Like, maxed out, if you will. I maxed out all the stats in the brain in the jar scenario. And, something gaming-wise. But anyway, this is going to sound weird when I'm laughing about it, but really. I was sitting in the 8th floor window of the University of Arts smoking a cigarette. And I had kind of, like I said, hit a point where mentally I wasn't even sure I existed anymore. And honestly, I mean, again, as I said, I've dealt with depression, but this was not depression. This was not something being triggered by the depression. This was literally, I was no longer aware of things fully, and I wasn't under influences. I had mentally deconstructed everything. And I contemplated rolling out that window at that point, just because it was like, well, it's not real anyway. None of this is real. All of this is bullshit, and it's non-existent. And that song happened to be on, though, at the moment that, like, I went, no, I've just deconstructed reality, and I need to build it back up. And so it was like, in that moment of Run to the Water, I was like, you know, all right, I've been burnt to the core. Like, literally, I was, you know, there was the me before my ex-wife and I ended or whatever, I guess, you know, and then there was the new me. There was what was left and what was being formed then, I guess. And so I was like, all right, you know, I started finding truths in my life. Yeah, truths. You speak English more gooder than anyone else. One of the truths I had fallen under, which, like I said, it can directly relate to when I finally had the breakdown in 2017, was I believed very clearly that I could trust my buddy Bob at any point in time. And it was like one of those things where, you know, like it started with Alexis, started with, you know, my daughter. I said, okay, well, I know, you know, I love her. That's a given. X may be a pain in the balls, but, you know, the kid's alright. So I was like, okay, we can start there. And then, like I said, then I wanted to go into what I could count for as trust in people. And so Bob became the marker to work against. If I felt I could trust somebody in a similar vein to Bob, or if I could kind of put them, like, I don't trust him as much as Bob, but, you know, they're like right about here. You know, it was like something I could work off of. And like I said, when years later, when I found out there was a big secret being kept from me by Bob, regarding his drug addiction, that's when I kind of lost my shit. And I didn't find that out until he died. So it was kind of now I can't even react to it. Like I can't bitch and scream at him. I can't do any of that stuff. So we paint. Alexa, resume. In the entertainer, and I know just where I stand. Another serenader in another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game and you forget my name. I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. I am the entertainer, and I've had to pay my price. The things I did not know at first, I learned by doing twice. Still they come to haunt me. Still they want their say, so I've learned to dance with my hand in my pants, and I rub my neck and I write them a check, and they go their merry way. Whoa. I am the entertainer around the world. I've played all kinds of palaces, I've played all kinds of girls. Can't remember faces, I don't remember names. Oh, but what the hell, you know it's just as well, 'cause after a while and 1,000 miles, it all becomes the same. I am the entertainer. You my song. I like to stand a day or two, but I can't stay that long. I've got to meet expenses, got to stay in line, gotta get those fees to the agencies. I'd love to stay, but there's bills to pay, so I just don't have the time. I am the entertainer. I'll do my show. You heard my latest record, it's been on the radio. Ah, it took me years to write it. They were the best years of my life. It was a beautiful song, but it ran too long. If you want to have a hit, you got to make it fit. So they cut it down to 305. I am the entertainer, the idol of my age. I make all kinds of money when I go on the stage. I see me in the papers, I've been in the magazines. But if I go cold, I won't get sold. I'll be put in the back when a discount rack, like another can of beans. I am the entertainer, the notice where I stand. Another serenader, and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game and you forget my name. I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. We'll wrap this up. That's about it, right? Alexa, skip. That's not what I wanted from you. Oh, that's from I'm buried up to my neck in contradictionary flies. I take pride as a king of literature. I'm very ape and very nice. Show this. Need anything, please don't hesitate to ask someone else first. I'm too busy acting like I'm naive. I've seen it all, I was here first. Out of the ground, into the sky, out of the sky, into the ground. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask someone else first. I'm too busy acting like I'm naive. I've seen it all, I was here first. Out of the ground, into the sky, out of the sky, into the ground, out of the ground, into the sky, out of the sky, into the dirt. must not be news. Must sound great. Alright, I haven't hoarded myself out for a while, so I'm going to hoard again. To SocietyStudios.com, this post is for sale, $12. So the View of Tulips, my supposedly more loved paintings by people. It's a limited edition, 50 pieces, they are numbered. They will be signed. They will be, as I said, numbered 1 through 50. Well, now at this point, 5 through 50. I sold 4 of them. They come with a certificate of authenticity. That $12 is no additional shipping. That's included. What else? What did I say? Let's try to carve it out a little bit because it's shape is actually a little different. It's played out eventually. It's played out. Trying to think of anything else. Signed, number, dated. Well, not dated, but they're signed and numbered. They're limited edition. So once this is out, there may be another run of the View of Tools, but it's certainly not going to say, like, you know, it's not going to be numbered, it's not going to be any of that stuff. I mean, look, is it, you know, is a signature worth anything now? But no. I mean, but, you know, it's like one of those things you buy one, you're planning for when I die. Thinking ahead. I can only say I will try to make it a worthy investment. That's all I can say. I will try to make it not worth pissing, you know, piss away money. Look, I hate pissing away money. I don't have enough of it to ever do that to, so. I think another one of these videos my daughter was watching, my youngest me. Just watching some dude, I don't know who this guy is. But he's like, let's go in the Lamborghini. We get in the Lamborghini and he takes his sister out for a drive. I think he's never going to be in the Lamborghini. Fuck you. And like, here's the thing. I mean, look, I don't begrudge anybody their success, but it's just like, see, here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe this guy had money beforehand. I can't say that. Maybe he had money before, you know, YouTube or whatever. You know, if which point, okay, cool, you had a Lamborghini, so, you know, by all means, make a YouTube video of you having a Lamborghini. I just think to myself, like, the guy's in his 20s, maybe, if that. And like, dude, if you, I know being 20 is stupid. You're just stupid. You're just, you know, like, you're in your 20s. Right now, sorry, you're stupid. I don't mean that to be terribly insulting. It's just, that's the way of the world. I'm just thinking to myself, man, so if I were you and I had that money and I had this shit going on YouTube or whatever, I'd understand that YouTube is not going to be around forever. Something will replace it at some point. Or the money that you're getting, at least, from YouTube will certainly not be around forever. Even if YouTube sticks around. It's like, maybe you put some of that away and hide it. You know, I don't know. Don't spend on fucking Lambos and shit. That's just me. I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, maybe we would get the newer Mazda. Like, we have a Mazda CX-9 now that's, you know, 10 years old or something. 9 years old, something like that. Like, maybe we get the newer model, and we'll get it, like, maxed out with stuff. So So like you actually have like, you know, all the features. Ooh. I was like, then everything else goes like, you know, a bank account because, you know, we actually don't have much of a savings. So we'll have a savings finally. And she was like, "Stop! You're making me hot." Like oh, well. She did say that. I'm sure she was thinking of it. Alexa, skip. It's actually a very good song. Only on there because I was on such a George Clinton kick. Now what are you playing? Well, here, moving. Is it only this here? I think I'm doing this. It's not going to go out for a while. Yeah. You guys are spared of any bad singing. There's no songs. There's no lyrics in this. That's not gonna work. Just about there, I guess. There's so much left to do here. I'll have to look it over real quick. Which really leaves me in trouble for tomorrow because I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow then. Finish this up. I don't have a fucking clue. Why did it just turn into Obama? I don't have a fucking clue. No, I mean, I think I know. I just need to. I have to unload it real quick. That's the only thing. And again, just before I forget again, I just want to make sure it's clear. Mondays are back to the old Monday schedule, which is not till about 9:15 or so. I got my son's karate. I gotta take him to it and come back and then come out here, make sure everything's working. I'll try to run as much as I can beforehand, so if I can get on here a few minutes early, I will. That's always where I run into trouble, though. It's always like, I'm like, okay, I gotta think everything's done, I just need to run a quick test, and then it's like, oh, you need to update all this crap. I'm like, no! And then test updates need to end up happening, and then they end up fucking up the system. Which is what led to that other night. I wasted 45 minutes trying to get on here. It's like I really need this program to come to terms with the fact that I am a moron, and that when it throws curveballs at me like that, I don't know how to deal with them properly yet. Probably will never learn how to deal with them properly. So it's best not to do them. Now it's almost like I want to stretch this out just to make it for the rest of the episode. Now this is about the end of the episode. So, if you're concerned. Yeah, that's a little better. That's okay. Right there. Good, good. Let's see here. Damn, is that good stuff? Let's use a little bit of this kind of coming in between here and there. Just trying to look at the And now, if I said it, like I said the other night, now if you've been listening to this for a while, there's something else I'm planning on artistically that I need some work on first before I start doing it live here on stream. Because I literally do not know how I'm going to pull it off, if it'll work on outside of a sketching scenario. So far, I haven't been able to pull color into it and make it work yet, so I'm not 100% sure I can do this. It's definitely a new style. It would be a new look for me. I'm gonna go for Mohawk. No, it's not. It's not here. I'm deflecting. It's something though that, like I said, it could be very interesting, and it just cracks me up because as I'm doing all these little detail things and trying to get the texture of this, rock area right, I'm like, it literally wouldn't matter. It's like when I start doing it, I have to simplify this whole thing first in order to put these complicated ideas in. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know quite how it'll pull off. This is definitely one of those things where I could feel I could do it forever, or I could stop now and it'd be okay. I think that's what we're going to do. I think this is a good stop. Let's make these actually look affectionate from a little bit. Alright. Yeah. This is where I always fuck up. This is where I always end up fucking up. It's like, alright, maybe, no, maybe if I just had a few touches of this. And then I'll at some point hit something that helped me to. Boom! It's an angry brain. Time to throw away my aggression is where you stake your claim. Why I question this rebel that you crave. My interruption. I try to get away, and yet I stick around. So fall and crawl away, and brush away loose ground. Ow, leg stuck. Alrighty. Brush away. You know what I just realized too? I think I did not. I did not. Hold on here. focus on it eventually. It's a little bit better. Still terrible. I gotta figure out what's going on here, because its output is always at 720, even though like everything says it should be higher. Like, alright, turn those off real quick. Signature proper. We need a little. Ooh, it's extra stuck. Left it off. I thought it would not click. A little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to put up over doing this. Drip, drip, drip. One drip, one drip, one drip. 2 drips. There we go. Cool. So fall and crawl away. And brush away this ground. Let's see if that's enough. If that's enough. Brush away this ground. Brush away. Gathering up my friends today, and those who recognize the face as a vision that changed my mind from hate to faith, as simple as grapes to wine, and sweet as gathering up my friends today. All the suckers and soldiers and swine, these saints, all alone in the room that sparkle in their eye, clears how we come inside. Love will never come. Love will make us men. Love will draw and sin. Wipe my tears away. The day that I was so sweetly sung, the wind and the thunder, but someone, the feeling of being lived was so strong. People became a gift, all mine. The day that I was so sweetly sad, the wind said to whisper softly, "Whoa, son, don't wait for the seas to part." Alright, this is when everybody's gonna get a little sick. A little motion sickness. Let's see if this will work. I think it's this. Yeah, there we go. Away. Nice, wrapped around everything. Oh, I'm wrapped around everything here. Alright, let's see here. I just want to get it so I could zoom in, but. Alright, let's get in. I probably should have done this one in my live version so I could actually see what I'm doing back. Damn, I got damn, didn't I? Let's see now a little bit so you guys actually just that. not looking at this directly 100% right on. There we go. Let's see if you guys get in there and see how that looks. I hope this comes through clean. Alright, so out of here. Try to put this thing back on here. Like I said, everybody get motion sickness right now. Alright, back in a little bit. I'll put it back black so I can actually see it. I think it's okay. Yeah, cool. Got it pretty good. So, 2 hours, 23 minutes tonight, and I think that was enough to kill it. I think we're done. What I will do is what I always do, which is I'm going to let it sit overnight. Just to be 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure I'm done. Usually when I put that on there, the signature on there, I'm done. Even if it's just like a mental thing at this point. Like I just don't feel like I can go much farther without literally destroying this thing. Nice messy hands too. I don't think there's anything super dangerous on there. Red's kind of red's bad for you, but I don't see any. Okay, so like I said, I think that's it. I'm going to tag the shit out of the Philadelphia Art Museum. If you guys are on here still, it says there's 3 viewers. Don't know who's here. In a little bit, I'm going to be putting on my Twitter account at Brian Coates Art. I'll tag the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Because this is their Zen garden. It's literally in the Museum of Art, and their Asian exhibit way in the back. They have a Japanese tea house. It's fucking amazing, and this is part of it. It's one of my favorite places in the art museum, which is why I wanted to do this painting. I'm going to tag the fuck out of them with it. Just tag. Anyway, anybody wants to help, retweet, tag it back, keep them at it. Just force those fuckers to look at it. I'd be much obliged. Picture will be up, like I said, of that. Finished on there. It'll be on Brian Coates Paintings Facebook page, facebook.com/Brian Coates Paintings. Again, one last 4 out posters. View of tulips. It's limited edition of 50. The first run. They are labeled as first run. They are numbered 1 through 50. Well, now 5 through 50 because I've sold 4. The $12 comes with a certificate of authenticity as well, signed by me as well. In most cases, I put a little note in the back too. That's covers shipping too. Everything's there's nothing else on top of that. So any and all sales are much appreciated. They literally turn right back around and turn into tubes of paint. Or I'm getting low on my turp, and I'm going to need that soon. So anything that helps would be fucking amazing. So thank you guys for this journey. 15 episodes, that's not bad. I'm actually cutting down a little bit. For a painting this size before, it was like 20 episodes, so we're coming down. That's not bad. Especially as much little rework was done on here. We're moving along a little bit better. I don't think I'll ever get up to college fighting speed again, but it's not too terrible. Alright, so thank you guys for coming on this journey. Thank you, Runestone. I wish I could do art full time. Jesus, I wish I could do it full time. I'd love to be on here streaming 8 hours a day doing it because it keeps me this has been really great because it's been keeping me on a schedule, which has really been helpful. No, I work a shit job dealing with people's garbage, unfortunately. So, but I'd love to be able to do this, just paint, do nothing but painting. I don't know how I'd be able to stream it though, because if I could paint full time, I'd be out in the woods. So So, yeah, I keep trying. In the end, look, I resigned myself years ago to the idea that most really good artists don't ever live to see their shit become, valuable. So, I kind of resigned myself to that. I'm almost terrified if my work started selling, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm not any good. So, that'll be it. Tomorrow night, again, 9:15ish. If I can get on sooner, keep an eye on Twitter. It'll be on there. Alright, have a good night, guys. And Twitch, please process this one properly. Have a good night.